Hello and welcome to BusyWorksBeats.com. Today marks the most valuable day for anyone watching this video, and it's because the information I'm about to tell you, institutions charge thousands of dollars, up to $30,000 per year. This is the most valuable information I can give you, and it's how to make a hit song, the secret formula presented by BusyWorks Beats. So the first step in writing a hit song is understanding the importance of song structure. Now the hit song formula today is as the following: intro, verse, pre-chorus, chorus, verse, chorus, pre-chorus, chorus, bridge, and 2 choruses to end the song. Now the typical timing of the intro would be about 4 bars, and in the intro is where you either introduce your melody of your song or you introduce an ambient kind of space to begin your song. Now the typical elements in an intro would be the ambient space, the melody, and at the end of the intro you want to have a transition sound to let people know that you're going into the song. And the verse is where you hold your lyric and your melody for your song. The pre-chorus is what builds up to the chorus. So in the pre-chorus, your chord progressions could be, instead of a 1, 6, 4, 5, for example, progression, for the pre-chorus, you don't want to end on the dominant chord. You want to end on the chord that's not the dominant. So maybe a 1, 6, 4, 3 progression would be better, or just ending your progression on 3 instead of 5. That will build up anticipation to hear that final completion in the chorus, the tonic to dominant chord progression. So the pre-chorus is, in pop music, 8 bars. The chorus in pop music is 16 bars, but in a lot of hip-hop music, the chorus is only 8 bars. So that's why there's an 8 or 16 bar choice there for the chorus. The bridge, where it is in the structure near the last 2 choruses, has very significant timing, and we'll get into this timing in the next slide, or in the next section. But the song examples that use this structure are as the following: Rihanna, Umbrella. It can be found in Michael Jackson's Billie Jean. It can be found in Miley Cyrus's Wrecking Ball. It can be found in Katy Perry's Firework, and even in Lady Gaga's Poker Face. So go back, study those songs, and you'll start to hear the sections broken down as we broke them down before. Now, bridge timing. We're going to start getting into very esoteric and natural understandings of what music is and why it impacts us so much. Okay, so bridge timing is very important because we're going to use what's called the golden mean. And in the picture to the top right, the golden mean is basically A to the ratio of A plus B. In that ratio of nature, it's a 1 to a 1.618 ratio. Out of that ratio, we can extract phi. Phi is 0.618. So we'll be using that value to calculate using our formula, the bridge. Now in numerology, the number 6 is the number of man, the number 1 is the number of unity, and the number 8 is the number of new beginnings. So if we add phi together into one phrase, it's that man unites into new beginnings. What is a bridge? It's a new beginning. It's a change of feel. It's a change of chords that leads us away from the song, takes us away from the tonic chords and everything, takes us away, and then eventually brings us back into the unity of the song. So think of the bridge as something that can unify us to a new beginning when you wrap up your transitions into the various chords. So again, the bridge must change feeling. You could do this by changing the chords. And by changing the chords, you could either take up all your chords 4 notes. So if you were in the key of C, you could take your chord up to that 5, which would be C, D, E, F, G. You can take it up to G and start at G, like G is your tonic. And why is it called a bridge? Again, it's because it's like walking in a path. You walk around your village, there's a bridge that takes you somewhere else, cross the bridge, and then you go to the other side of the village. Now, the bridge equation is something that we really need to understand as music producers, songwriters, and as industry leaders. It's this: the length of the song times phi, which is 0.618, equals the beginning of the ultimate bridge. So in the most common song lengths, which is 4 minutes and 20 seconds and 3 minutes and 36 seconds on average, we can find if we use the song length 4 minutes and 20 seconds, we have to recalculate that into a digit. So 4 minutes and 20 seconds would be 4 minutes and 1/3 of a minute. So it'd be 4.33 as a value. 4.33 minutes times phi 0.618 equals 2.67. Again, 2.67 means 2 minutes and 2/3 of a minute. So 2 minutes and 2/3 of a minute equals 2 minutes and 40 seconds, and that is where your bridge should come in for a song that is 4 minutes and 20 seconds long. For a song that's 3 minutes and 36 seconds, we're going to convert 3 minutes and 36 seconds into a value again. So 3 minutes and 36 seconds would be 3 1/2 minutes, so 3.5 about. And we're going to multiply 3.5 by phi 0.618. That gives us 2.163. And again, we have to convert that value into minutes. 2 1/10 of a minute equals 2 6 seconds. 2 minutes and 6 seconds. And that's where our bridge should come in for a song that's 3 minutes and 36 seconds. And this is the bridge equation. Again, taking it back to the numerology of it, unifying man into new beginnings. The next portion of hit song theory is the magical power of 3. 3 can be found worldwide, and the definition of 3 in numerology is the meaning of perfection and divine perfection. Now, repetition is the key in melody memory, and by that, we're going to use the number 3 in our repetition to increase melody memory. Now, our example today will be When the Saints Go Marching In, and I want you to hear that we start C, we end at G. So C is our tonic, our dominant would be G. So in that transition of the melody of our 3 repetitions, we hear tonic to dominant 3 times. Then we hear a break to where the middle note of C is played. So C, D, E, E is played. The third of that scale is played. And then at the end of the melody, we have a dominant to tonic finish. So we have a 5-1 finish, which is G to C. So I want you to listen in to When the Saints Go Marching In. Hear this 3 repetitive pattern. Now we're going to listen again. Listen to the 3. That's 1, 2, 3, and then we drop down to the mids. Then we're going to finish on dominant to tonic. Dominant, tonic. All right. Now this melody secret has been hidden for so long, and I wanted to reveal it to people because they don't realize 3 is being repeated in all the melodies that they love. All right, so listen out for that repetitive structure. Now, repetition doesn't mean you have to use the same notes 3 times. You could use the same notes 3 times, but also you could use what's called a theme or motif 3 times. A motif is any structure of note lengths that you can put together as like a puzzle piece to your melody. And what the importance of the motif is that you use the timing to establish a pattern in the mind of the listener so that they listen into that pattern, and then you repeat that pattern 3 times again in the beginning of the melody. You break in the mid, and then you finish from your dominant to tonic. All right. Now I want to get on to songwriting and lyric. Now the lyric formula is very complex, and it ranges past what I can present in this video. But an example I have is consonant dominance crescendos. Now, what's the difference between me saying faith, hope, charity versus charity, faith, hope? Faith, hope, charity just sounds better than charity, faith, hope. Why is that, you may ask? It's because of consonant dominance. Okay, consonant dominance. Consonant dominance, for example, is when I say K or F, the F, any air pressure, the harder the air pressure, the higher the air pressure, I should say, and the more power behind when you have to start to say something is the higher the consonant dominance. So if I say sh, sh, there's not as much, dominance there as there is in ch, charity, ch. All the air pressure is building up, that f, that h for the h. Now, what I noticed in faith, hope, charity, what happens is faith has the lowest amount of air pressure building up in the dominance. So f, and then you go hope. It takes more energy to say hope. Faith, hope, because you're going deep to get that H. Faith, hope, charity is the highest dominance point in the consonant's dominance. So again, the more pressure, the more dominance. So from F to H to CH, we're building up that pressure. So it goes lowest to highest, a crescendo in the dominance of the consonant. In charity, faith, hope, there is no order. There's just charity, which is our strongest consonant dominance. Then we have faith, which is our lowest. And then we have hope, which is our middle. And it's out of order and it doesn't sound correct. So use that in your lyric, mainly for punchlines or for the ending of your lyrical bars. Another technique in lyric is alliteration. Now, in the recent album by Rick Ross, Mastermind, his song Drug Dealer's Dream, this is an alliteration. Okay, Drug Dealer's Dream. They all start with D. Alliteration is the repetition of a consonant in multiple words in your lyric. So if you say Drug Dealer's Dream or Cocaine Cowboys, that's all alliteration. Lucky Lefty, Silly Sally sat at the shore on Sunday. That's all alliteration. Okay, so incorporate alliteration into your lyric. And lastly, we want to focus on absolute rhyme. And a good example of absolute rhyme is Drake. More because he has to pronounce his words and he's more articulate in what he has to say. Absolute rhyme is the absolute rhyme. So banana doesn't rhyme with anything I know of. Or the rhyme orange technically doesn't rhyme with anything, absolutely. But if we say the word seam rhymes with team, rhymes with beam, rhymes with cream. Those are absolute rhymes. But when we start delving into like rap lyric where they only rhyme the vowels of the songs. So they might say, I was getting cake. I was serving weight. They rhyme the A in weight and cake. When those two words are they're not absolute rhymes. Weight, cake. Cake has AKE at the end. Weight has EIGHT, which is a whole different ending. So you need to realize when you're writing rhyme, whether it be for hip hop or for pop music, the absolute rhyme is incredibly built into the human experience. And it's more than just vowel sounds. So absolute rhyme. The endings are completely the same in language. That's absolute rhyme. Now here is the greatest secret that I could ever reveal to anyone. And here is the formula. Whenever you hear anyone talking about, yeah, man, the hits on the charts, man, there's a formula, you know what I mean? And the formula is what gets them to be the hits. What they're referring to is this. They can't tell you because either they don't want to tell you or it's just going to take too much time to explain. But here is what the secret formula is. Now, we've analyzed the hits of the last couple of years. So in the past 2 years, we looked at the Billboard top charts. Now, there's more categories we could have went through to kind of find out a universal appeal to the mass, but what we did was just broke it down into 6 areas that you could focus to make a hit song. So the average tempo that we found for the greatest secret, or the formula, the average tempo was 108 BPM. What I did was I added up all the tempos and I divided it by the number of tempos, and the number was about 107.9. So it's that exact, people. 108 is the average tempo. Now, hearing this is very shocking and it's almost enlightening to where it's just crazy when you open up that veil and find this information. So the average key that every song on the charts is writing in is D minor. That is the number one key all the hit songs are writing in right now. They play in different modes. Now, mode is different than the key, and you should go look up modes to get the mood of the song, and I'll get into that in a second. But the average key is D minor, and the second average key was G sharp minor. Okay? Now, the average instrument, we calculated this by listening to the most prominent instrument in the melody, what stuck out in our memory, what was actually driving the track, and what people remembered. It was the average instrument. And for most songs, it was the piano. Okay, the classic piano. Maybe because we're in the Western culture, piano is our go-to. The second most popular was guitar. Okay, so incorporate these two into your tracks and use them to build that melody. And go back and understand that melody concept and use these two instruments to build your hit song. Now, the average mood was happy. The second average was drama or dramatic music. And by mood, we're talking about, to manipulate mood, you can use what's called modes of a key. So if we're writing in D minor, there are certain ways to play D minor to where it sounds happy. It could sound sad. It could sound melancholy and happy at the same time. So learn modes and learn how to use the intervals to create a melody that feels a certain way. And that is what we mean by the happy mood and dramatic mood. Now, also, chords that are in major are just known to sound happy, and minor chords are just, they sound a little darker. So that's a general rule if you're writing with chords. Now, the average singer had a female range. So female range, you could look that up specifically, but it wasn't anything like Mariah Carey's range. It wasn't out of the norm, you know what I mean? So the average female range was the formula trick. Even when guys were singing, they would pitch up their, either they could sing higher octaves or they would pitch up their recording to where they sounded like a female. And the average genre is pop dance music. So if you want to make the next hit, start up your project in 108 BPM. Have your mind out to make a pop dance track. Write it in D minor. Pick a piano, add a guitar in there even. Make it happy and get a female to sing on it. You got yourself a hit song. Using all the steps in the prior slides, you can make a hit song. And this is the absolute industry formula today in 2014 of how to make a hit song. Thanks for watching. It's busyworksbeats.com. You can go there, sign up to be a member for our premium section. There's where we release our videos on music production, mainly demonstrating on FL Studio, but the principles are spread across all the DAWs, DAWs. And on my website, I give out information weekly and monthly in video form, demonstrating the actual construction of music. And again, I use FL Studio for my demonstrations. You can look me up on YouTube. You can even get a free trial. It's called a premium trial on our website. So go to the music productions videos tab and you'll see free trial, and you just sign up right there. And you'll get a small portion of what we have in our premium section. In our premium section, we have over 90 videos now currently, which is going to increase dramatically soon. And in our premium section, we have beginner to advanced, even the music business videos. And in our premium trial, we have the same thing, but just not as many videos, like I said. And we update the site, and we even include drum kits for premium members. And we're starting to do other things other things additional to video release. We might have drum kits, contests, different things, webinar discounts. I'm going to have webinars coming soon. It's going to be deep. So sign up right now at busyworksbeats.com under music production videos. Get yourself a premium trial, and you see the kind of information I release. This is not kiddie pool information. This is hard-hitting industry information worth $20,000 of plus dollars, maybe even $100,000. All the information we have on the site. So no need to enroll in college course unless you need to or want to learn recording, and we can't do that over the internet. You have to have hands-on understanding of hardware and the other side of things if you want to record. Thanks for watching today. It's busyworksbeats.com.